Our restoration comes through our obedience. Change comes through corrective behavior. And if all of us get into the righteous mindset, then restoration comes. People are at the door of their significant change and will lose what the Most High has for them because they've never seen their faith as something to fight for. You and I as the Israelites have to war within yourselves and against your own fleshly lust. You have to war with worldly temptation. With all the spiritual energy you can muster, war for the kingdom of Yah.
We aim and shoot scriptural bullets at demon troops. I'm just spitting truth. Look at yourself.
Shalom, 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 shalom. All praises to the Most High Yah. All praises to the Most High Yah. Happy fifth new moon, everyone. All praises to the Most High Yah. We give thanks and praise for the work of the cross that the Messiah has done by receiving the children of Israel unto himself. And also for all of the bishops and apostles and mores and deacons of True Nation and all of the men of Yah that are in True Nation. And we thank the Most High for the sisters as well. Oh yes, we give thanks and praise for the sisters as well. We haven't forgotten about you, sisters. We love you. We love you. All right. We've been going through the book of Genesis, and today we are at Genesis 7. We are at the book of Genesis chapter 7. We'll be going over chapter 7, the story of Noah. And I want to say oftentimes people use this story to try to discount or discredit the Bible. They try to discredit the Bible by using the Gilgamesh papers and other similar stories or other similar evidences as like the Gilgamesh papers to try to discredit or discount the Bible because there are similar stories or similar flood stories all over the world. And I want to say right off the bat that really, for me, that really gives credence to the flood story because these Noah's children or the descendants of Noah orally spoke about the flood. Now, some people may have embellished a little bit, others may have added to, taken away from, and things of that nature. However, to me, that gives the story legitimacy, you know. And I want to say right off the bat, brothers and sisters, if you the type of person that don't believe the Bible because of the flood story, then chances are you just not a person of faith anyway. You just never was going to believe anyway. Before we get Genesis 7, let me get Hebrews 11. Hebrews 11 and 1.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Come on.
The evidence of things not seen.
And the evidence of things not seen. Faith is something that you got to be born with. You just got to have it. Now, faith is something that you can work on, that you can build in your spirit. But from the onset, some people just believe from the onset. They just believe. Other people, you got to work with them in order for them to believe. So that lets me know that some people are born with the ability to believe from the onset, and others are not. I'm gonna prove what I'm saying. Can we get John, the 20th chapter, John in the 29th verse? Watch this. Excuse me. Watch this.
The book of John, chapter 29 and 20. So like 20 and 29.
20 and 29. Here we go.
Jesus said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed are they that have not seen.
Blessed are those that have not seen me. Read.
and yet believed.
And yet believed. But the only reason Thomas believed, because he had something to work with. That's the only reason why he believed. I could touch it. I could feel it. I could see it. I could handle it. So that's the only reason. Thomas wasn't one of those that was automatically born with the spirit. Like, listen, I just believe. I heard it and I believe it. Thomas said, I got to see it to believe it. So that lets me know right there, some people, and Thomas was a disciple. That let me know right there that some people are just born with the spirit to believe, and other people have to be worked. Their faith got to be worked on, and other people just not gonna believe no matter what you say. They're not gonna believe. All right, now let's go to Genesis. Let us go to Genesis, and I hope for some of you that have doubts. Even that little talk right there, you read Hebrews the 11th chapter to help you, build your increase your faith and build your faith up. All right, let's go to Genesis the 7th chapter.
The book of Genesis, chapter 7, verse 1. And the Lord said unto Noah, come thou and all thy house into the ark, for thee have I seen righteous before me in this generation.
Come on.
Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female, and of beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female.
So that lets you know that prior to the flood, that the laws were in full effect prior to the flood, and that the sons of God, who were the order of the line of Adam and the descendants of Adam, which came through Seth, that these were the men who were the righteous men, or the renowned men who should have been teaching these particular laws. Hold that. Let me get Leviticus 11 and 45.
The book of Leviticus 11 and 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy.
So after the flood, we see us as a nation coming out of Egypt, and now the laws are being implemented as a nation of people. As before the flood, it was just that line of Adam who would be regenerated back on the earth as the children of Israel. But now we see after the flood that the children of Israel is coming out of Egypt, formulating a nation of people, and these people are being those who are holy, meaning set apart, just like the Most High is set apart. Verse 46.
This is the law of the beast and of the fowl, and every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth.
That law is now being reinstituted back into the earth through the children of Israel. Verse 47.
To make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
Come on.
And between the beast that may be eaten.
The beast that can be eaten. Come on.
And the beast that may not be eaten.
And the beast that cannot be eaten. So what I need from everyone who is vegan to understand that it's okay to be vegan, but don't push your vegan views on meat eaters. Because the Bible has said that you can eat meat as long as it is clean. I understand people that say you can't say that you can't eat meat, or eating meat is ungodly. That is not true. That is not what the Bible teaches. There is clean meat you can eat, and there is unclean meat that you cannot eat. Can I get Romans the 14th chapter real fast? I didn't have that one in my notes, but it popped in my head. Romans 14 and we'll start at verse 1 or 2.
Romans 14. Which verse?
It might be verse 1 I'm thinking of.
Him that weak in the faith receive ye, but not the doubtful disputations.
Read on.
For one believe that he may eat all things, and another who is weak eateth herbs. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not.
Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not. If you want to eat herbs and that's all you want to eat, then eat it. Then eat it. If you want to eat meat, that's okay, as long as it's clean. Come on.
And let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth.
Come on.
For God hath received him.
For God has received them. Both of them are received by the Most High. One that eat meat and one that doesn't eat meat is received by the Most High. Let's go back to Genesis. Genesis, the 7th chapter.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 3.
Let's start at verse 2 again.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 2. Of every clean beast thou shalt take to thee by sevens, the male and his female. And the beasts that are not clean by two, the male and his female.
Come on.
Of fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
To do what?
To keep seed alive upon all the face of the earth.
To keep seed alive upon all the face of the earth. So there was a distinction made between the clean and the unclean. And we know that it existed before Moses, and how the Most High explains the categories to Noah in Genesis, here in Genesis, the 7th chapter. And he didn't have to explain what was clean. You see, he didn't say, Moses, this is a clean beast. Moses, that's an unclean beast. He didn't have to explain it because Noah already understood it. He already knew. Now, the clean animals was taken in greater numbers. You have to ask yourself why. The Most High Yah commanded Noah to bring 7 pairs of each, right? 1 pair of every unclean animal and 7 pairs of clean animals, meaning 14. So let's get Genesis 8 and 20 right quick.
The book of Genesis, chapter 8 and verse 20.
This is my third point about this. Read on, watch this.
And Noah built the altar to the Lord.
He did what? When the ark landed and the water had diminished, the first thing he did was build an altar. Come on.
And took of every clean beast.
And did what?
And took of every clean beast.
And took of every clean beast. Come on.
And every clean fowl.
And every clean fowl. Come on.
And offered a burnt offering on the altar.
And that's why he took them by sevens. That's why he took them by sevens, to preserve seed, so they can preserve seed and after its kind, and also so he can have enough animals, clean animals, to sacrifice once they were done. So we see 2 things being done here prior to the flood. 1, he knew about sacrifice, and 2, he knew what was clean. These things were being taught, what was clean and unclean. Let's get Ezekiel 44 and 23 right quick.
The book of Ezekiel 44 and 24. And in the controversy, thou shalt stand in judgment, and they shall judge it according to my judgment.
What verse you at?
Ezekiel 44 and 24.
Ezekiel 24 and 23. I'm sorry.
Ezekiel
44 and 23.
Okay, it's like Ezekiel 44 and 23.
This was the job of the sons of God, and this was also the job of the children of Israel after the flood. Come on.
And they shall teach my people the difference between the holy and the profane.
Holy and the profane, read.
And cause them to discern between the unclean and the clean.
This is the job. That's the calling right there. To teach everybody else this basic principle. To teach everyone this basic principle about food and how to pray and how to come before the Most High, how to be clean or what makes you unclean. You understand? This is what had to be taught to the peoples of the world. Now let's go back to Genesis 7 and 3.
The book of Genesis, chapter
But
7.
I forgot to mention and how to sacrifice what was clean and what was acceptable. Verse 3.
The fowls also of the air by sevens, the male and the female, to keep seed alive upon the face of all the earth.
Come on.
For yet 7 days, and I will cause the rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth.
So it was only going to take a week to complete this task. Noah had to get the 2 pairs of unclean animals and a pair of unclean animals and 7 pairs of clean animals. And it should only take him a week to get the job done. Come on.
And Noah did according to all the Lord had commanded him. And Noah was 600 years old when the flood of the waters was upon the earth. And Noah went in, and his sons, and his wife, and his sons' wives with him into the ark, because of the waters of the flood. Of every clean beast, and beasts that are not clean, and of the fowls, and everything that creepeth upon the earth, they went in 2 and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah. And it came to pass after 7 days, the waters of the flood were upon the earth. And the 600 year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven was open.
So let's deal with that. The Hebrew phrase refers to when it says the great deep, it's the deep abyss. The word for that is tahom. It's tahom. It's Tahom. Tahom, which through scripture often means the great subterranean waters, or the primordial or primordial deep, like under the earth. So let me get Genesis 1 right quick. Genesis 1 and 2 right quick. Let's go back there. Genesis 1 and 2, so you'll know what I'm talking about.
Genesis chapter 1, verse 2. And the earth was without form and void.
The earth was out form and void. Watch this. Come on.
And the darkness was upon the face of the deep.
The darkness was up on the face of the deep, the waters. That's when it says the deep abyss is on the face of the waters. Come on.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
Read.
And God said, let there be light, and there was light.
Come on.
And God saw that the light, and it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness.
Read. Watch this.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
Come on.
And the evening and the morning was the first day.
Watch this. Come on.
And God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters.
Let the waters from the above be divided from the waters below. Let the waters above be divided from the waters below. Come on.
And God made the firmament and divided the waters which was under the firmament from the waters which was above the firmament, and it was so.
And it was so. So when it talks about the deep abyss, it's talking about the waters that are below. The waters are below. Now, in that same verse, I'm not looking at, is it talking about the dry land there yet? And let the dry land appear. Does it say that yet?
Verse 9.
That's okay. Go jump to verse 9.
And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together into one place.
Come on.
And let the dry land appear.
And let the dry land appear on top of the deep abyss. Let the dry land appear on top of the deep abyss. So the waters that were separated from in the firmament, when the waters were separated, you got waters above the firmament, you have a space under the firmament, and then you have waters, a deep abyss below the firmament, and you have land on top of that. Now go back to Genesis 7 and what verses we at? 11.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 11. In the 600 year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up.
The fountains of the great deep broken up was the waters that was under the dry land that had been created in Genesis 1. They were under the dry land. Come on.
and the windows of heaven were open.
And the windows and the firmament that was created in Genesis chapter 1 were now open. Were now open. Go to Genesis 8:2 right quick.
Genesis chapter 8, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
The fountain also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped.
Well, so after the 40 days, the fountains that were under the land, that land was closed back up and was stopped, and the firmament was sealed back up. And the waters from the that was above the firmament stopped coming in. And you have to understand that this water was judgment. It had filled the whole entirety of the planet Earth. Give me Psalms 33 and 7.
The book of Psalms, chapter 33 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
He gathered the waters of the sea together as a heap.
Mm-hmm.
He laid upon the deep in the storehouses.
Mm-hmm. Was that it?
Yes, sir.
He gathered the waters of the sea together as a heap, and he laid the deep in storehouses. I mean, he had this laid up for a day of judgment. Give me Psalms 104 and verse 6. I'm not reading it, but I'm just calling the scripture out.
Psalms 104 verse 6. Mm-hmm. Thou coverest it with the deep as with a garment. Mm-hmm. And the water stood above the mountains.
And the waters were so high. The waters were so astronomically high that even Mount Everest was covered. Every mountain on earth was covered. Every mountain was covered. Let's go back to Genesis right quick. Because I want to go there, but I don't want to go there. Yeah, I'll just go there. I'll go there now. Let's go back to Genesis. And now we have verse
12.
Verse 12. Okay, come on.
Genesis chapter 7, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And the rain was upon the earth 40 nights and 40 days.
Mm-hmm.
And the same self day entered Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the son of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the three wives of his son with them into the ark.
Go on.
They and every beast after his kind, and all the cattle after their kind, and every creepy thing that creepeth upon the earth after his kind, mm-hmm. and every fowl after his kind, every bird of every sort. Mm-hmm. And they went in unto Noah into the ark, 2 and 2 of all flesh, wherein is the breath of the life. And they that went in went a male and female of all flesh, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in.
Go on.
And the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the waters increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth.
Go on.
And the waters prevailed and were increased greatly upon the earth, and the ark went upon the face of the waters.
Read on.
And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the hills high, all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered.
All of the high hills under the whole heaven, meaning every mountain was covered. Every mountain was covered. Come on.
15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains was covered.
So 15 cubits above the top of the mountains was ensuring that every even the highest of ground in every region was securely submerged under the water. Now 15 cubits above, if we calculate that, 15 cubits above the highest mountain on earth is about 22.5 feet above the highest mountain peak. And this is emphasizing a completeness of the flood. There was nowhere for any ancient uh, ancient beasts of birds to land. There was no food for the reservoir that wasn't in the ark. That was for any animals that they could feed on. Everything was completely submerged under water. 22 and a half feet above the highest mountain on the face of the earth. This judgment was horrific. This was a horrific judgment. What verse we at?
21.
21. Let's go to verse 21.
And all the flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beasts and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man.
He destroyed everything that wasn't in the ark. Come on.
All in whose nostrils was the breath of life. Of all that was in the dry land died.
All that was in the dry land drowned and died. Come on.
And every living substance was destroyed which is upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven, and they were destroyed from the earth.
Come on.
And Noah only remained alive, and they that was with him in the ark.
Come on.
And the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days.
150 days, the water, meaning the water, even though the 40 days of rain and water had stopped, and all the primordial subsurfaces of the earth had been closed, and the firmament had been closed back up. That means that it took 150 days. It took 5 months for the water to subside. It took a total of 5 months, 150 days for the water to subside. Now, let's get into some of the historical other historical accounts of this great event, and let's see some of its similarities within the stories that are being told. Because like I said in the beginning, some folks use this story to try to discount or discredit the scriptures, whereas it really, for me, gives the story credence. Give the story credence, and it gives the story credibility. Now, the Epic of Gilgamesh. I don't know, some of you probably heard of the Epic of Gilgamesh. Some of you may have not. It's one of the oldest surviving works of literature from ancient Mesopotamia, with its standard version dating around the 12th century BC. Though earlier Sumerian stories behind it are older. It contains a flood story told by, and I hope I get this name correctly, Eunepotism, a man who survived the worldwide flood. The similarities between the flood account of Genesis, the 6th chapter and the 9th verse, and the Epic of Gilgamesh are well known. These are some of the similarities between the biblical story and the Epic of Gilgamesh. Yahweh decides to send a flood because of mankind's wickedness. Genesis 6 and 5. The Epic of Gilgamesh, the gods decide to send a flood through their motives. Noah is warned beforehand. Eunepotism is warned by the god Ikni. A large boat is built in Genesis, the 7th chapter, the 6th chapter of Genesis. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, a large boat is built. Animals are taken abroad in Genesis, chapter 6 and 7. Animals are taken abroad in the Epic of Gilgamesh papers. The flood covers the earth. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, a catastrophic flood covers the land. The boat comes to rest upon a mountain in Genesis. A boat rests upon Mount Nasir in the Epic of Gilgamesh. Birds are released to test for dry land, ravens and doves. A dove, a swallow, and a raven are released in the Epic of Gilgamesh. a sacrifice is offered after leaving the ark. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, a sacrifice is offered after the flood. So, as I said, these are the similarities in the accounts of both Genesis and Gilgamesh. But some people who do not believe, or some people who do not have faith enough to believe in the scriptures, will use this to say, well, there's a similar story, so this story must be made up, or this is an older writing, so this story, so the Genesis story must have come from this particular story here. We're going to see it again. Let's get Isaiah 54 and 9. Excuse me, Isaiah 54 and 9.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
So like, sorry about that, Bishop. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me.
So Isaiah is recanting the account of the Genesis story. Noah is bringing up the Genesis story. He's bringing up an account. Isaiah is pronouncing a judgment here in chapter 54, but it is reminiscent of the Genesis account of the story. Let's read it again.
Isaiah 54:9. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me.
Come on.
For as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I will not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee.
So Isaiah is talking about judgment, but he's also recanting or bringing up the story of Noah. And we see this many times over in our scriptures, the story of Noah being recanted. Yahushua brings up Noah. Peter brings up Noah. Paul brings up Noah. Over and over again, the prophets are all. We see here Isaiah is bringing up Noah. Over and over again, we are seeing these major viewpoints. Now, there are three major viewpoints, and we're going to deal with all three of them. One is there's a traditional biblical view. That's number one. There's a traditional biblical view. Number two, there's a critical academic view. And number three, there's a middle position, right? So the first account is a traditional biblical view. Are people who accept Genesis as historical argue that both accounts preserve memories of the same real flood. This would explain why flood stories appear not only in Mesopotamia, but also among people in Asia, because you have flood stories in Asia, you have flood stories in Africa, you have flood stories in Europe, and you have flood stories in the ancient Americas. You have flood stories. This, for me, does not discredit Genesis. It strengthens it. Because what did the sons of Noah do after they left the ark? They went on to multiply in the earth. So the most catastrophic event on earth was the flood. So why wouldn't that story be told from son to son to son to son? Now, some people may embellish. Some people may have added in or taken away from the story. That does not discredit it, the story of Noah. It strengthens it. Point two, the critical academic view. Many historical scholars believe that the author of Genesis was familiar with the Mesopotamian tradition and adopted them into the monolithic account during or before the Babylonian exile. This is that unfaithful bunch that I was talking to you about. They not going to believe the scriptures no matter what. They won't believe the scriptures. They're not going to believe the scriptures. Let me get Romans 1 and 21 real fast. Romans 1:21.
The book of Romans, chapter 1 and 21.
Come on.
Because that when they knew God, they glorified not as God, neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imagination.
Became what?
Became vain in their
They
imagination.
become vain in their imagination. Read.
And their foolish heart was darkened. Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools.
Professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. I've educated myself in certain things, or that Bible is not true. I've educated myself in certain things. If you a fool, if you believe that Bible, if you believe any of that fairy tale, those biblical accounts are fairy tales. I know y'all heard it before. Yeah. But they profess themselves to be wise, and they don't believe the Bible. Come on.
And changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into the image made like unto a corruptible man. And,
All praises. They changed the truth of God. Come on.
and to the birds, and to four-footed beasts, and creepy things.
So they changed the truth of God into a lie. Let's get Jeremiah 16 and 19.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and 19. Salakia. O Lord, my strength and my fortress, and my refuge in the day of affliction. The Gentiles shall come unto thee from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
Surely our fathers have inherited lies. Because they don't believe the Bible. Did you finish that scripture?
No, surely our fathers have inherited lies, vanity, and things wherein there is no profit.
The things where there is no profit, and it is unprofitable. All praises. Which brings me to my next point. Point three. This is a middle position. This is the middle position stance in regards to this to the Gilgamesh papers and the Genesis account. Some scholars hold that there was a major historical flood remembered throughout the ancient Near East, and that both Genesis and the Mesopotamian literature preserve memories of that event, though each tell it from a different theological perspective. Now, I can get with this position. I can get with this position. I can get with the first position, and I can get with the middle position or point of view. I can get with that because that's my position. My position is that these events did occur. You had three sons who began to fill the earth, and the story was told over and over, and hundreds of years and thousands of years the story has been told. Some people may have embellished the story, but you have similar stories all over the world. We have to remember, though, brothers and sisters, you and I, we got to remember that the scripture is the standard. The faithful remembers that the set apart scriptures is the standard. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The scriptures, the set apart scriptures is the standard. Let's get Isaiah 8 and 20 right quick. We often use this scripture in our class.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 20. To the law and to the testimony.
Come on.
If they speak not according to this word,
according to this Bible, come on.
it is because there is no light in them.
There's no light in them, according to this Bible, according to the commandments, according to the word of the Most High. Don't let anybody weaken your faith with outside sources. The Bible is the source. Let me 1 Thessalonians 5:21. And this is why we're going over this scripture, and that's why I'm bringing up the Gilgamesh papers, because of this right here. 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
The book of 1 Thessalonians 5:21.
Come
Prove
on.
all things.
You got to prove all things. Come on.
Hold fast that which is good.
If that what you know, brothers and sisters, to be true and faithful, hold on to it. Hold fast to that which is good. Give me Acts 17:11.
The book of Acts, chapter 17 and verse 11.
That's what we got to do.
There were more noble than those in Thessalonica,
Come on.
and that they received the word with all readiness of mind,
That's what you have to do, brothers and sisters. Come on.
and search the scriptures daily.
And do what?
Search the scriptures daily.
One more time.
Search the scriptures daily,
Come on.
whether these things were so.
Whether these things were so. You got to search the scriptures and prove all things and speak from the law and the testimony, which is this Bible. All right. All right. We're going to leave that right there. We're going to leave that right there. So hopefully you can glean from the lesson that you have learned something from this lesson. This lesson was a little short, but the story of Noah was a little bit short. So I hope you learned something. Was you about to say something out?
Oh, no, I just say all praises.
Yeah, all praises, all praises, all praises. All right, so we're going to open up the floor for questions at this time, if we have any.
If anybody have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I don't see none at the present time, Bishop. No questions, sir.
All right. So I guess that means I did my job, didn't I?
All praise.
Phrases. We're gonna go over into our Zoom study, Zoom class. As for the rest of you that are joining us online, all praises to you. We hope to see you again every Thursday for Q&A, and also on Shabbat as well for our classes at 5 o'clock. Join us for that study. Listen, if you like what you are hearing, please leave us a comment, share the class, give us a thumbs up. All of these things help promote our channel and help us reach the people that need to be reached. All it takes is, it don't take much energy. All it takes is a boop or write in the comment section. It don't take much energy to do that. All right, we appreciate you. y'all bless you. Heaven smile upon you. Give you peace. We'll see you next time. Zoom, I'm coming in the room with you. All right, shalom.
Yourself when the lies in the doctrine you clinging to. Repenting mean the path that you walk and you see it through. That mean you gotta switch up your people, leaving the crew. That mean you gotta watch what you say and watch what you do. But until you see the truth, you just looking around for a clue. And it's easy to find evil, cause evil looking for you. Bishop got us militant, keep us ready like Minutemen. Demons in the sleep of Yahweh coming to finish them. Gotta love my features, no difference between our images. Wisdom getting deeper, I'm prophesying to many men. Keep it real, study the word, showing yourself approved. Faith without works is a body, gotta make different moves. I never be perfect, still shooting to fit the biggest shoes. Watching what I eat, son, to eat them, weaponizing the food. We had to fight and sacrifice to get to this point. Follow the laws of the Torah, you can't do what you want. Wartime, I'm on the line, you could catch me up front. Reading out my 1611, got my Glock in the trunk. Some people don't understand, still it's a hole in their body. Some people never gonna see that it's the devil that got them. You casting spells on yourself, you saying that you got problems. Meditate day and night, but I still get it poppin'.